Hey YouTube, today I have a call with a gentleman from India who runs an IT company and he wants to know if he can have employees or if he can't have employees in the United States and what that means and what his options are. So we're going to go through that with him and I think it's a pretty good call. So let's get to it.
Haven't done my taxes, I'm too turned up. Haven't done my taxes, I'm too turned up.
40?
No. It's Hare Krishna. I just
Yeah,
renamed.
Hare Krishna. It said Sporty on the on
No,
the thing.
it's my kid's name. She's been using for the class.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Hare Krishna, thanks for scheduling the call today. Where are you calling from?
I'm actually calling from India.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
So if you've seen my these videos before, you know that the best way to get started is for you to tell me a little bit about your business and what you're trying to do, and then we can get to your questions.
Sure. So basically, I've started registered a Wyoming LLC, single member LLC, and I am the 100% owner of that company. It's an IT consulting firm where we provide IT services to the companies that they are in need. So currently there are no employees. I'll be the only one, and I already have a potential client, which I've been working. The contract is already signed. So, so I'm just wondering, like, what are the tax implications of this, and if I hire an employee, how it's going to change the tax implications. And I have a virtual address also in Wyoming. It's a subscription that has been taken.
You did what in Wyoming?
Virtual address.
Oh, a virtual address. Okay. So where would your employees be located?
My employees will be all over the country. Right now, there are no employees
In India or in the United States?
in the United States.
Okay. So how would they be working for you?
So as soon as we get the potential clients, I will be providing employment to them, so they can work in US.
So what I mean, like when I say how would they be working, like what will they be doing?
IT services.
Why do you need US employees?
I mean, like I want to expand this consulting firm. Like
So what I'm asking more is like, do they need to go on site to deliver services to the clients?
it depends, right? Some people they want the services on site, and some people can be remote. It depends on the, but we don't have any potential clients yet. But in future, it may happen.
Okay, so you don't have any clients. Okay, so that's kind of the issue here. And what I'd like to discuss more is that the LLC doesn't might not be the best option for you if you have client employees in the U.S. and you're delivering services in the U.S.
Okay.
Because it's going to be a little more complicated for you as you'll have to file personal tax returns and pick up all of the business income and expenses on your personal tax return, and it's really not the best way to do it because it's more complicated and because um, there's more exposure for you, and there's just a lot of reasons. No one really does U.S. businesses from foreign owners like that. But it's an interesting concept because when you have employees who are doing what you ask them to do and they're going to visit clients on your behalf, and you'd be doing business here physically.
Mm-hmm.
So until then, it's fine. I'm just thinking about your model. Like you can obviously do that, and it's fine to have a U.S. Corporation or an LLC taxed as a corporation so that you can expand and so you can have the employees that you want. But it might not be, like I'm saying, it's just you have something to keep an eye out for, to be aware of.
Okay. If I hire employees, then it's better to go with this C corp.
It's generally better, yes.
Okay.
It just
But,
makes the compliance a lot easier, and it makes
okay.
doing everything easier.
Okay. So if I don't have any employees, what are the tax implications being an LLC and working remotely from India?
Yeah, if everything's remote, then I don't think you would have to pay any taxes in the U.S. and you just have to do your informational filing every year.
Okay. So, and there will be like some of my family members also helping me in the business.
Do
So
they
they
live in the U.S.?
Yeah, they live in the US.
So you
But
have to be careful if you have people in the U.S. that are able to sign things on your behalf or on the behalf of the company, if they're able to enter into contracts or deals, and then that would be another risk for you for having a business in the U.S. For the IRS wanting to tax you for doing business in the U.S. is if you have people there, with the right to enter into contracts and the deals on your behalf.
so they should not enter any of these contracts on my behalf.
Not if you don't want to be doing business in the United States.
Okay. And what about the account, right? Like business account. I recently asked my family member to visit the branch and open the Bank of America account.
So if they open the bank account, it's their bank account.
Yeah, but they open on my business, but they
Yeah,
don't.
but they have to put their own information down. It's an LLC, and according to the bank, they're going to be the owner of the account.
Okay, but what are the tax implications? Even though they don't own the equity or anything on my company, opening a bank account with their name for my
If
company.
they open a business account for you under their name, they're definitely already entering into business on your behalf. They're already doing because they're signing the bank documents on behalf of the company, saying that they own the company. So that would be definitely having an agent in the U.S. I say all these things like that's what the rules say and that's how it goes. Do I expect you to be audited and to be taxed for all this? No, it's very unlikely. I'm just telling you what the rules are.
Okay. So what are the best options? Like without visiting the states, like how can I open an
They have
account?
they have online banks which are pretty good that work well for most of my clients. What you're doing isn't bad, but it's just not the it's there's some risk. The conservative accountants out there would say that it's definitely the worst, like not the best way to do it. But more liberal accounts say it doesn't matter at all. So it's the IRS and the banks don't work together in that regard. So it only matters if you were to get audited. I don't think you would. I think if you do everything on time, there would never be a problem. I think the risk is very low. But I'm just telling you the rules, right?
Okay. So what are the other banks that you can suggest
I
to?
mean, Mercury Bank works really well for most people as
Oh,
an online bank.
okay, but if the client gives the checks, then will they accept checks? I think they accept
You
only
can
direct.
you. Why do clients who pays the checks anymore, right?
Oh, some of
uh,
the so the current client is willing to pay in checks only. They don't want to go with this online transaction.
they don't
So
want to pay with a credit card.
no, they want to pay with this checks.
That's strange. You're not going to have that many clients like that, but you can. I think you can deposit checks online.
Okay, with Mercury, right?
I think so. I don't know. I've never done it. I don't. I do a lot of business in the United States, and I might have gotten one check last year.
Oh yeah, I mean yeah,
Checks are not common anymore.
yeah, they're absolute. But this particular client, they want to do it only in checks. So anyway, I'll
Okay.
see
Yeah.
what I can do. So in terms of the consultation, right, for the whole year, like what are your services and uh,
Well, we can help with the tax filings. No matter what you decide to move forward, there's some kind of report or filing that you're going to have to do,
okay,
and we can do those reports for you. Uh, our general package is advising on all of this ahead of time and setting up the bank accounts and opening the payment processors and everything for you. That's like our main package that we do.
mhm,
And um, yeah, it's really, I mean, like we have the main planning support package where we set everything up, and then we have the compliance stuff ongoing to do any tax returns you need.
okay. Yeah, but this company is already registered, and I already signed up for the registered agent and virtual address in Wyoming.
Yeah, it sounds like you got a bank account too.
Yeah. So, so what will be, how much will be the package for you, like to support me for the whole year, for 1 year, 1 year?
Um, I mean, we don't really have. I mean, if you have questions, you can email us. But if you want us to do the tax filings, we can. I don't know what other support you really. I don't know what you
Yeah, the
would
tax
need.
filing, right? Tax filing and the questions.
Yeah, that's fine. So that's that would be, you wouldn't have to pay for that until next next February or March. Just doing April.
Okay. So, okay. So how?
So in terms of like the cost, the base cost for like a 5472, we do for 1,250. We also have a course that I released that explains exactly how to file the forms too, if you're a do-it-yourself kind of guy, and it's a little bit cheaper. And it also includes a review. And then if you have corporate filings or other filings, it depends on how organized you are and everything. But it starts around the same cost.
Okay, so the cost would be around 1,200.
Yeah, I mean, that's the starting cost. And generally, if you're organized and everything, we can keep it around that.
Okay, and the questions can be answered, right? On the email, or if I want to have any call with you, all right?
Yeah, I mean, we can do, we have like a paid call, like a paid consulting call. I mean, if you have questions, you can ask me now. I'm doing this free call for YouTube, so you can ask me all your questions now. I'm trying to give you helpful
Yeah,
advice.
it's hard to remember all the recollect all the questions, but I'm just thinking like, so you mean like my family member cannot open an account for my business for LLC?
They can. I'm saying they can, but if you were to get audited, the IRS would probably try and tax you. Audits are very, very rare.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just giving you the right answer since I'm putting this on YouTube. I'm trying to give you the most accurate answer. Is that you shouldn't have people, and risk wise, I mean, if you trust, it's your family, that's fine. But when you have someone else open a bank account for you, especially for a single member LLC, it's their bank account. Even if they give you login credentials, it's their account. So if you put money in it, they can go take all the money out and close the account.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because the banks need to know and meet the owner, especially like physical banks. They need to meet the owner of the account. So if you have someone open the account for you, it's their account in the eyes of the bank.
Okay. So this Mercury will provide the personal account as well, other than.
No, I don't think they do personal accounts. They might, but I don't think they do.
Okay, so what will be my options like for having a personal?
Well, you can send it back to India. You can open a TransferWise account.
Okay.
To kind of hold funds personally.
Okay.
But in terms of a personal US account, it's not as easy.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, I think even though I have the virtual address, I don't have to worry about this taxes, right? Like for LLC.
There's no taxes. In my opinion, if you're not doing any business in the U.S.
Okay. And if I hire employees, how it's going to change that equation?
That means you're doing business in the United States if you have U.S. based employees.
Yeah. So then, how do I need to file this LLC as a C corp? Is that an option?
Yeah, you can make that election later.
So it'll be just while filing to the IRS, I need to elect as a C corp, and then.
No, it's something you have to do beforehand. If you need to hire employees and stuff, give us a call back and we'll set it up and we'll do it for you. We can do the election for you and advise you on it if that's something you need to do in the future. If you really want to have employees in the United States, you also have to pay payroll taxes. You have to do actual payroll. It's a little bit more than just paying them and calling them employees. Maybe you make contracts. Like something else we can do is have legal contracts showing that they are contractors and not employees, but they still work for you. So there's different ways to confirm that and like take the position that they're not actually employees. Okay. That might be a good option too.
Okay, instead of employees, hire the contractors. That'll be best option.
If they're contractors and not employees, then that's better for you, and then you don't have to do the whole corp thing. But there's IRS has guidelines on what is an employee and what is an independent contractor. So you can search on the internet, irs.gov, what is an employee versus contractor, and they'll have a whole article determining what it is. So if you tell someone what to do every day, all day, then they'd be an employee. But if you give someone a job and they do it on their own, then they're a contractor.
Okay. Yeah. So during this process, right, like if we can email you during and for this whole year, if we get any questions, if we email you, will you guys support me? Like if I file taxes through you?
Generally, that's how we've been doing it. We haven't had any issues. Like if we do taxes for somebody, then we're able to help them with questions here and there. We're not doing research and putting stuff together, but if you have a question, we've been able to answer.
Okay. So for this package, like it's 1,200. That's what you said.
So that's the tax filing package, and we were including the renewal as well. But if you renew it yourself, then 1,250 is what we were doing that for. Yeah.
Renewal in the sense.
Paying Wyoming to keep your LLC open.
Oh, okay. All right.
And for your registered agent.
Okay, so you guys provide the registered agent services as well.
Well, we don't have an office in Wyoming, so we pay a registered agent.
Okay. So that is an additional 1,200, or it's included in the 1,200?
So when we open a company for a client, generally the renewal is 1,500, but that would cover the cost of renewing the company and the new registered agent and using our address and things like that for the rest of the year. So that's what we've been doing. For in your case, where you would only need the forms, you would renew it yourself since you didn't open the company through us, unless you specifically want us to take that over, in which case it would be 1,500 instead of 1,250.
Okay. That includes the tax filing and all the questions.
Yeah, the tax filing. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Yeah, I think that's all I have.
Okay. Well, thanks for taking time to schedule a call. It's fine if I put this on YouTube, right?
Yep.
Cool. I think it'll be helpful. This was good about the C Corp election. So thanks for the call, and you have our email, so we'll be in touch if you have any other questions or if you want to get started with any tax filings ahead of time.
Sure. Thank you so much. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you. We'll be in touch.
Okay. Bye.
So I think that call went really well. There's a lot of nuance always when having a U.S. company. When you want employees, are they employee? Are they not? Can I use my cousin to open a bank account for me? What's the risk there? And that's something that I didn't hit on that much, but it's generally not the best idea to have someone else open your account for you. If it's a family member, your wife, your cousin, your brother, and you trust them 100%, then you go ahead and do it if you want. But I wouldn't pay for someone else to open a physical bank for me, generally, unless you really trust them, because they're going to be the one on the account unless they really have an in at the bank and they can make it happen as you being the owner, which we've been able to get done on occasion for our clients on special occasions. So I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to leave us that thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you want to have a call with me yourself, you can click in the description and schedule a Zoom call with Jim. And I look forward to talking with you. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.